What a handful, kinfolk. You are now in tune to Ambition Radio here on WDRB Radio. And now I'm your host, Apolow Goldie. Thank y'all for tuning in. Excuse my voice, y'all. But I'm here with my cousin and also an upcoming and inspiring actor and motivational speaker, Jordan Scott.
Yeah, appreciate you for having me, cuz.
Hey, man, it's always love, man. I definitely had to have you on the show, man, because, we always around each other. So I wanted to have you on my show just as you had me on Moto. About to say Motivational Monday. My bad. Mindful Monday.
Mhm.
You know. So speaking of Mindful Monday, man, how did Mindful Monday start?
So I remember when there was a time when I was doing a lot of posting on Instagram, just inspirational things. You know how nowadays we take it really very seriously what we put on our Instagram and social media because we're just trying to reach people in any kind of way.
Right.
So I heard somebody tell me one time, I want to see more of that, but think about more ways you can do that. And I kept hearing it from different people. So I thought, well, how am I going to do that? And I was like, well, I could do a video, but I didn't know exactly what to do with it. I know like what day I wanted to post it.
Right.
But then what made me realize I wanted to do it on the Monday was Monday. I hear a lot of people, saying Monday, here it comes, another week of work. Yeah, like you don't want to go into work. Monday's the hardest day for a lot of people when it comes to their jobs because it's a whole nother week, 40 hours.
You trying to get through the whole week and
right
at the beginning of it. So
right. So it's like I feel like people's motivation is really, really low on Monday. So it's like if I can just shift that just a little bit by making these videos, then we're already ahead of the game.
Right.
So that's where Mindful Monday comes in. Then being more mindful of the choices that we make. And that starts at the beginning of the week, which would be on a Monday.
Right. Okay. I got you, man. Well, you know me. I'm always a fan of it, man. I don't even remember the first episode I seen, but I was like, you got something here. Like, I don't see nobody else doing this, giving people motivation to start off the week. You know what I'm saying? Some people going to look at it like, man, I don't want to see this. Right. I don't want to watch this, man.
Yeah.
And some people going to gravitate to it, but like, I needed this. I needed this right here, this message, to carry me through the week, or I've been going through something and this message helped me. So it was a great thing, man. So I'm proud of you, man.
Appreciate that.
But let me ask you, man, where do you see Mindful Monday in the next 5 years?
It's a good question. So I was talking with my videographer. His name is Noah, who actually is the person that's behind the scenes for it. So everything you see is because of him.
Right.
So we were talking about that. We were like, what could we see this as? And we were talking about possibly a podcast.
Okay.
Because we were bringing people such as you. Brought a couple of people from the church. Brought a pastor on there one time. Just asking them different questions. And I realized that I actually love having these conversations with people. Not just at coffee shops or when we just meeting about. But also just getting it on video so we can have something to think about when we are struggling with something. So yeah, I could see it being like a podcast because just I think more people are on the go. So if they can listen to it still, then that's a win too.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. Excuse my voice, y'all.
Yep.
It's a little cracky, but I can see it as a podcast, man, because with the podcast you could talk more about what you're talking about. With the video, people's attention span is short. So
right, really
you do maybe like a 5 to 10 minute video. Some people might tune in for the whole 5 to 10, or they just gonna tune in for like 30 seconds and be like, I ain't into this. So a podcast, what I'm saying, people are able to listen, sit and watch, whatever it is y'all talking about. I think that would be dope, man.
Right.
So keep striving and grinding for that, man.
Yeah, keep on doing it.
The times you had me on there was, I think, and I'm not saying this because I was on the episodes. It ain't me being but I think the 2 episodes you had me on were powerful episodes. It was the Black History one.
Actually, you were on 3 because that was Black History was 1, and then we did 2. We recorded 2 on the same day.
Right.
Do you remember that?
Okay, it was 3. So it was that one. Then the first one too we did was talking about chasing your dreams.
Yeah.
I think in this day and age, a lot of people, for one, don't really chase after their dreams. Some people get caught up in just the world. They get caught up in the daily things that some people also don't have a dream.
Right.
Some people are just out here winging in life. You
Just
know,
making it through.
right? You going to work every day, and let me say this: there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you aspire to do in your life, live your life.
Right.
But I want you to know there's also more to life.
Yep.
Man, like
Mm-hmm.
people talk about being rich. Hey man, when you financially free, you can see it. When you financially free, you're able to do whatever it is you want to do. You don't have to answer to nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My father used to tell me like money talks. Money money isn't everything,
Yeah.
but money can put you in positions to do what you need to do and what you want to do, man. So
Especially if you make the right choices.
right. Now you got people out here with money
Yep.
making some dumb choices, man, and you just like why?
Right.
You ask yourself, but
Right.
then the Black History episode, I felt honored that you asked me to do that, you know, because Black History is something we as Black people, we shorten and condense into a month. When the reality, Black history is American history, is world history. So
It is.
the topic that you gave me, you put me up, man. You made me reach outside of my box. I had to do more research. You know what I'm saying, when it came to that song, and it actually turned out better than I thought it was gonna be.
It turned out real good.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Noah for taking a lot of time with that, because I know when it came to Black History Month and we were doing the videos, he'd make sure he did extra research so he can get the right facts. And there was the stuff he didn't know, stuff he didn't have to think about.
Right.
But now he's aware because he got to research it. So I know he had fun doing it.
Got you. Yeah, man. Like I said, I appreciate you for helping me, because it just made me think, okay, when it comes to writing, like I research certain things, but a lot of times when it comes to music and me writing, I'm just like, I think I'm going off of my head.
Yeah.
But doing that, okay, I had to really dig deep into facts to make sure I had the right facts, because if I didn't and the song came out, people were like, well, this ain't true. So, yeah man, it made me a better writer being able to do that song. So I appreciate you for that, man. So we're gonna move along, man.
Let's do it.
Talk about acting.
Okay.
So you're acting, man. What inspired you to get into acting? Cause us growing up, like, we grew up two peas in the pot. You know what I'm saying? Playing video games, at our grandma's house, whatever. But what made you decide to go into acting?
So, in high school, I didn't have no plans to take a drama class, but my drama teacher told me, or the drama teacher told me that I needed to take the class. And I was like, all right. I didn't really know exactly what to do. But I didn't realize you could have so much fun pretending to be somebody you're not. So it really turned into that. And then the more I did it, I realized like it's so much deeper than that. You have the chance to escape your own life and jump into another person's life.
Right.
And then you realize I don't really have it as bad as some of these people do. Even though it's make believe, it's fiction most of the time, still it's better to like think about it. Like it could always be worse. So for me, just jumping into someone else's shoes, and then it's just something about it. Everybody has their way of being calm. Mine was going to see a movie or watching a show, but I didn't realize during that I was also studying it, because now I find myself doing things from roles that I've seen growing up. Like I had to do an audition. I had to do an accent that I've never done before. No one knew I did accents until I started to do it. And I'm like, if I hadn't been studying that, I wouldn't have even taken a risk to try to do that.
Right.
So, yeah, just jumping into that and then thinking about, what roles would I want to do? I wanted to do roles that would help inspire me to be a better person. And I don't think some people might say, that's really deep. I don't feel like it's really that deep, because you can learn from anything you do.
That's true.
So, yeah.
Okay, man. So do you find acting being like therapy for you?
Yeah, in a way, it is.
It is? Because, I know like a lot of art forms are a way of therapy for some people. Some people do it, just for a hobby, but some people it's actually therapeutic for them to allow them to, like you said, escape and really just calm their mind and soul, So
Yep.
I get that, man.
Oh, good. My bad. If you notice that a lot of people at work, they do it too.
Right.
Like I'll hear people on the phone, like some of them will talk regular voices. What's up, man? You know what? And then when they're talking on the phone, good evening, sir. How are you doing? Good morning. How are you doing?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, they put on the act too.
Change up their whole
Yeah.
self.
And then they do it like it's nothing. And they're like, how do you act? I'm like, you do it too. You do it too.
A lot of people are great actors. If you don't know, man,
Mm-hmm.
great actors. Some people are pretending to not be who they really are to impress other people. So acting is in everyday life.
Yep.
I didn't know that, man. Some of y'all need to stop acting and
Mm-hmm.
just be yourself. But yeah. So speaking of that, do you find acting to be hard at times for you, or can it? You feel like it'd be hard for anybody?
It actually would be. It's not an easy thing to do. And I think it's just because everybody knows it's make believe, but they expect it to look real.
Right, right.
Which I'm still trying to figure out, like the balance between those two.
Mm.
But yeah, I would not say it was easy at all. Even people who are gifted at it, I really don't. I think it's a challenge. Plus, it just helps you to really get into someone else's shoes. Like, what would you do if you were Jackie Robinson, the football player, or the baseball player? I said football player. What?
Hey, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant.
Look,
knew you
I was thinking,
football.
I was thinking baseball, and I said football. But yeah,
right,
like
man.
when you jump into someone else's shoes and you think, because you see the lines are there for a reason, so it's like, oh wow, they acted this way.
Right.
So that kind of can help guide you when it comes to playing a role,
Gotcha.
because that's where the creativity comes in.
Okay. Yeah, I learned firsthand. One day, I went over his house, man, and he had a script from one of his shows he did, and he was like, "Try this out." You know, me being me, I'm like, "Man, acting easy." So he gave me the script. He was like, "Memorize it." And at first, I couldn't memorize it, so he was like, "Here, just hold it and say the words." And it was an epic fail. Well, I would say it was an epic fail because it was my first time doing it.
Yeah,
But
it's excusable.
when you look at it, like when he recorded me, I'm like, man, this is harder than I think.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
because you have to really transform yourself into that character that you're trying to be. You know what I'm saying? You try to be you, trying to say the words how you would say it, but you have to really get into the character. And, you know, like, I look at a lot of actors and they say, okay, well, I had to go study on such and such. For instance, what's the man that played Black Panther?
Oh, Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
He played James Brown.
Yes, he did.
Now, this man, you can look at it and tell he studied James Brown to the T. From every little tidbit, he studied.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to really study the character that you're trying to be before you just jump into acting. I realized that, man,
Right.
because I don't know who it was, but me trying to talk like that person and me saying in my voice.
It was actually the role I was playing.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
And me trying to be serious with the role and trying to do it. It was funny because it was fun for me because acting is something I want to get into, and I also want to incorporate it into like my music videos because one of my OGs told me that rapping is pretty much like acting because you pretty much change your voice to make the listeners understand you better or just get them better involved in what you're saying. So
I get it. You're setting the tone.
yeah.
It's just like a scene. Yeah.
So acting definitely I want to get into. Like I'm trying to be, you know, the Dwayne Johnsons of the world. You know, Chadwick Boseman. Maybe they want me in Black Panther too. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? I could be the Black Panther. You never know.
You really never know what God has for you.
For real, man. Even if I don't play Black Panther, you know, I could play somebody in the movie. But you know, like it's funny, like to watch, you know, movies, you know. And so let me ask you this, man: who are some of your favorite actors? Just give me at least 3 to 5.
I can give you 3 to 5. Yes. Okay. So one of them is Denzel Washington.
I knew that was gonna be there.
Yeah, well, because what I really love about him is not just how he acts in his films, but the fact that he could do one film every 3 years and be okay, because he's that good. And he can do other things on the side when he's not acting.
Right.
Because he's a smart guy. To me, he's a really, really intelligent guy.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure.
So him, there's ooh man, okay, here we go. All right, one of them, a second one is Leonardo DiCaprio. He was in a couple movies like Django Unchained. He was in
I know that was a hard role for him. But
it was hard, but he played it to a T. He had to. But then him, I like Angela Bassett. She played Tina Turner, and
Mm.
What's Love Got to Do with It? And fourth one, ooh, there's this guy. I don't know if you've ever seen. You probably don't know his name. You'd have to see the movies, the Maze Runner films. The main actor that was in Maze Runner.
Mm.
He doesn't do that many films, but every film he does, he plays it to a T.
Gotcha.
He's very versatile.
Gotcha.
People who can play comedy and serious, those are people I respect the most.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Probably you gonna say there's one person. Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
I was surprised you didn't say Michael B. Jordan because, man, me and you sit and watch. Like, he's a great actor,
He is a good actor.
but in some films, we can't take. Well, me and him, cause we sit and study. Like, I didn't really study movies until he put me onto it.
I know. No, I didn't mean to get him sucked into
Like,
it since I couldn't help it.
Man, every time I'm watching a movie, man, I'm picking up like just small stuff that I wouldn't pick up. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm like, man, why they do this like this? Why they say that?
Like, why the extra look in the camera?
Right.
Like, you didn't see one tear come out of their eye
At
when they're
all.
supposed to be crying.
Like Michael B. Jordan in the Black Panther, like he was supposed to be a villain, and they pretty much kind of rewrote him for who he actually is. He was actually more ruthless than they made him, and to see Michael B. Jordan play a villain was hard because you seen him in so many movies where he was the good guy.
Yeah.
And he just didn't sound serious when he was playing Killmonger.
Yeah, every actor has their challenge.
Yeah.
And for Michael B. Jordan, it would probably be that. And he even said it too. He said that he had to go to therapy after playing Killmonger. I didn't see that, but
I didn't either.
but
I mean,
I just took that as that was a challenge for him.
right.
And that's probably why he took the role too, because it was a challenge.
Right.
It's like, dang, my challenge would be playing somebody with an accent. I don't know if I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, depending on what it is.
True. So, man, we're going to take a break and listen to some of the music stylings of King Apollo. We'll be right back. Y'all stay tuned. All right, so now we're back. I'm going to ask him some more questions, man, and try to get to, let y'all know more about him, man. So, man, what do you see yourself with acting in the next 5 years?
The next 5 years, I see myself. Ooh, that's a good question. I see myself being able to make some better decisions financially. I see myself being on a TV show that I've always wanted to be on, or playing in a biography film by that time. Because I got goals being in the industry, which is being a biopic film, being in a television show. Everybody's dream is to be in a superhero show.
Right.
Those are 3 of my goals.
Okay. Got you, man. And you definitely going to accomplish them, man.
Appreciate it.
From what I've seen, shows you've sent me, the movies,
Mm-hmm.
I think you definitely going to do those things, man. Getting into that, man. Tell them about some of the projects that you have out and that you have coming up.
Yep. Okay, so what I already have out is on YouTube. It's a show called Save My Soul. So it's 1 season, 8 episodes, 20 minutes each, which is about, just to give you a brief synopsis, is about a pastor who lost his wife to cancer, and they had 3 children, or they have 3 children, and the mom was the anchor of the family. So now that she's gone, how do they deal with the struggle? And I play one of the children. So yeah, you type in Save My Soul on YouTube, and you should be able to find it. And what I got coming up is a film that I did at School of the Arts. It's called Whale Song. Now, Whale Song is called, that's the name of a studio that they named in this futuristic world. It's based on a girl who is conceived to a song. Basically what that means is each person has a song that's that has character traits and that connects to them. So say for instance you had the number 12, and whatever song that is, you could be a innovative problem solver, or a mind charmer or something. I don't know what. There's so many different personalities, and I play the CEO of the place, and the girl who is sitting around, she's there too, but she's songless.
Gotcha.
But he doesn't know that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got you, man. So he done told y'all, man. He got some stuff out. Save My Soul. I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Watched the whole season. Very dope show. So I suggest y'all go check that out. When Well Soon come out, y'all go watch that, man. I'm not saying this because he's my cousin. It's because I believe in him. He about to be one of the next big actors. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he continue to stick with it. He gonna be one of the biggest actors out of Winston, out of North Carolina, in the world. Best believe that. So thank you for coming in, man. Let them know where they can find you at.
Yeah, so you can find me on Facebook or on Instagram. My Instagram name is J Scott with three T's
Mm-hmm.
and the number 7. That's where I put all my Mindful Mondays too, on Instagram and Facebook. So you can give me a follow there and you will see it out there.
All right.
Hmm.
Hey, man. Thank you for coming through always,
No
man. You know what
problem,
I'm
man.
saying.
Hmm.
Before we go though, I'm gonna let y'all know what's hot in the crock pot this week. It is a strawberry crunch cheesecake. Um,
Okay.
it's been one of my top sellers here lately. Um, to see how I make that, head over to my YouTube, Cooking with the King. That's KOOKING. WTIHKANG. Gotta go check that thing out. Also, man, go follow my other Instagram. That's Goldie the Poet. That's GOLDIEDAPOET. For anything, far as my music, whatever. But also, if anybody that's looking for any advertisement, DM me, hit me up. I got you. And also, if you're looking for any merch, any new drip, you know what I'm saying,
Hmm.
get yourself right. It has got a purpose behind it. Check out my Water the Wine merch. The link is in my bio. Um, Promise you gonna love it. We got more flavors coming soon. We got about 4 to 5 colorways out right now. We
Hmm.
got some new ones coming soon. But y'all go check that out, man. There's link in my bio is Water the Wine merch. Y'all go check that out, man. And we out.
Yeah.
Peace.
See ya.